Well, to no one's surprise, Coach, it is a snowy afternoon in upstate New York as you get a peek at New Era Field in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Denver Broncos. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. He's coming. Double up. Greystone, travel. You're out. Deuce. Look at me. Zipper.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is the third-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Allen finding Knox there, complete. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. score. As his guys are in for 6. And the Broncos push further out in front.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of the game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On first down, it's Moss. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams that just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Coming in. Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Takes 3. 218. Chopper. Shit. Sponge. No. Showing it.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
Hey, here we go. I got double tight. 3 down. Check 45 to Mike. Let's go, D. 45. Mike, 45.
Now in 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And able to find John Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
They run here with Singletary. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Check the backer. All 52. Alert. Motion.
Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 13-7. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Clock now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Two times, 3 down, 3.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 39. Fant, the 1st-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall, 2nd tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the 2nd Iowa tight end taken in the draft, his teammate T.J. Hawkinson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions. Oh, wide open, complete, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Now Locke again. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Danny. Regular.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
45, Mike, 45. Come on. Jim. Motion.
From the gun, it's Allen. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked picked off by Kareem Jackson. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Brown 80! Mike, 45. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen! Watch the screen! Done. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, it's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
90, Wolf. 5, now.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Milano, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And the pressure gets to him again. Ed Oliver in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
Denver.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. Me and you all day. All day. Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2nd interception for him now here in this 1st half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
45. Mike, 45. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
The drive starts with a completion, left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Lock now on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Shotgun snap to Lock. This is the tight end, Fant. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing again on second down. Lock. The quick slant caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Cut.
Lock now on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
The Broncos had 15 fourth down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here.
Mike 50. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brings up 2nd and
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Switch it. Hey, Alpha. 45.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And Diggs has it. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt.
Hey, exit.
Here we go.
Check. Lucky. 5 wide.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
45.
Pass 85. I got you. Watch the twist.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. 5 wide.
Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Mike 54. Good track.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. I'm coming for you, son. Hey, tight.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch me go.
And again, it's Allen. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 2nd and 10 for the Broncos. 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 2nd and 10 for the Bronc They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but now it's third down. Well, he's been the guy, already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Lock now. Over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Lock. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. To throw it is Lock. This one caught by Davis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Here's Locke. He'll get this one to Patrick. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break? And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos push further out in front. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Going deep for Diggs. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away was Mike Edwards. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
45's the mic. Watch the screen. Pass.
Let's go, let's go.
On 2nd and 9, Allen under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Right there. 54 Mike.
No gain on this defense, no gain. 56.
Watch out.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he's going to go down again. Von Miller in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded at about the 28. And he's loose again. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. 72 yards on the punt return. And the Broncos push further out in front. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurting this spot. No, okay.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 45. Mike, 45. I can't believe they let you play.
Allen now looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
From midfield, here's Allen. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Allen. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. McManus now for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
42, Bill 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
45. Mike, 45. You go night-night.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. taking on the midfield logo. And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. In for the score as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
All right, count him along with me. That's his third return for a touchdown in this game. Why is the ball being kicked to him? That would be my question.
I was just going to ask you the same question because we see 2 occasionally. I mean, very rare. 3, unbelievable. McManus's point after is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here I come! Motion, motion, motion!
From the 30 on second down, Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Even. Blue draw Corkers. 49, check 49, check 49. Check 45. Alert. 45 to Mike. Here we go. Check safety.
And here's Allen throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Von Miller, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. The Bills send the punter out. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I'm scared.
Derrick Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Go 58's the mic. I got it. 58's the mic.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Block going to go on fourth down. He's got his tight end Fant. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Down. 15 lining. 15 line.
Block now on first down. He completes this to Sutton. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the complete.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 10 yards out, as his guys continue to pour it on. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They go right back to Singletary. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs.
Now a hit and a loose football.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
They begin with Henry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
On the double.
49's the mic. 49's the mic. Here we go, D.
Bravo.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
Hit it.
A first down carry for Henry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll run on first down. Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 33-yard line.
Ready? 8, read.
Squeeze, double.
Set, go. Now.
A lot going to throw it here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
Let's go, G.
Hey, my 7.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Hey, G,
Get it.
Clock now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this.